Cool. So now we're going to learn a little bit more about building websites. Just an introduction. Very first kind of don't understand anything on introduction. And we've learned front end and back end and server side. If you have to build the front end, you could just go get stuff that's already built. HTML5 up, responsive HTML5 CSS templates, right? Like you could just find things that people have already built. And you say, oh, I like that. Right? It's nice to know how to build it yourself. Like with everything I just showed you, like it's not long until you're able to build this, you know? Like you see that design, you're like, cool, that's what I'm going to build. And, you know, or you could just find these other ones. And this is all, like these are pre-built websites that you just download them and use them. That's kind of cool. Or you could do like, you want to build a website, you could do a Shopify. And we'll look at this in a second, because before I look at Shopify with you, there's also, I think it's Wix, is the one that's that, who's that girl? She's the model in New York, and her ads always come up on YouTube for me. Not you, probably, because it's all targeted. I can't remember her name. Carly Weil or something. Not ringing any bell. Wix, Carly Weil. Carly Wild, Wix, website, Carly, video. Carly Kloss. There we go. All right. She's always promoting this one. So Wix, you could kind of just do a drag and drop, build a website kind of experience. And get a website going. You could also use Shopify to sell stuff, and it's like, you know, build a website, have it at your own domain, and sell things. 1 million, 40 billion sold on Shopify. Wow. Right? So you could create some jewelry company or toys and start selling stuff. And there's this website, Empowering Women Now. And it's not the best website. Well, it's okay. And if you look at like the social media following, you know, 83,000 followers on Instagram, 3,700 on Pinterest, 207,000 on Facebook. That's pretty big. And I don't know how much money this person makes, but they used to write articles about empowering women now and sell coffee cups with, you know, empowering quotes on them. And her name is Celine Kind, or Celine Kind, or let's look at Instagram. Oh, let's look at now. It's private. Celine, Twitter, Kind, or Kinder. There's Celine. I met her Sunday at the at the Fresno GDG Dev Fest, and she's the only one that built all this, and she really doesn't know all that much about coding. She just kind of got all these different little things and cobbled them together. I'm not sure what she used, but it's kind of like build your website here, and then she promotes it on social media and writes articles and sells coffee cups, and that's her job. So you could build stuff like that pretty easy. You could buy your own domain. You can go to Google Domains. And buying a domain is like the hard part, right? Figuring out what domain am I going to get. So you might, you know, search for, like if you were to create a new business, you might call it bluefrog.com. I don't know. Right? Is bluefrog.com available? Nope. How about Wild Blue Yonder? That's not going to be there. How about Wild? You got to think of things that don't normally associate together to find them. What would it not normally associate? Wild Studying. Wildstudying.com. Hey, it's available. Right? It's $12 a year. You know, like we help you study in the wild. That's our business. Like we take you up and we drop you in the mountains and there's nothing to do and you get to study. So you buy a domain and then, you know, put a Shopify on it or build your own HTML5 thing or whatever you want to do. So that's kind of an interesting way to approach it. Buying domains, Shopify. And then once you build your website, you got to market it. How do you market it? You tell me. Yeah, so tell me more. How would you do the marketing on social media? I think that's the very best first place to start.
Share.
Yeah, just share stuff, right? So tell me more. You're just going to make a post every day? Yeah, try to get other people to share it. So, you know, if you have a lot of followers, you actually get paid to share things. You maybe already know this, right? Like, so I heard about Kim.com, who started Mega Upload, and he paid like Kim Kardashian like 60 grand or 100 grand back in like 2004 or 3, just to like, you know, every time you say in the press when you're being interviewed that you love Mega Uploads, we're going to send you a check for 50 grand. And so she'd be like, you know, somewhere and like, you know, Kim Kardashian, how are you doing? You know, what are you doing? I just spend a lot of time listening to music and watching movies, loving Mega Uploads. Ching, $50,000 check to her. You know? Because if she mentions it, then all of a sudden, like 800,000 people go to Mega Uploads, 30,000 people sign up and pay $5, and they made 150 grand. It's like, whoa. Mega Uploads was a file sharing kind of site run out of Singapore by this guy Kim.com, who made 600 million plus and then got citizenship in New Zealand and is wanted in America for illegal business practices. But he's got enough money to keep New Zealand happy and have lawyers, you know, not get him extradited or whatever. You can watch Kim.com 60 Minutes. And he always wanted to be the villain in James Bond movie. That was his life's goal, to be a villain like in a James Bond movie. It's kind of a funny goal. Kim.com, jet images. So here are like pictures of him. Totally irreverent. And if you have enough money, I guess it gets you a good-looking wife. That looks a little photoshopped. Huh? Good and evil, his cars. That's awesome. Oh, he's got kids now. Man, guy needs to lose some weight. His house. I guess that's his wife in a nudie magazine. $600 million buys a lot of stuff. Gangsta style. It's hard to make a buck, and some people make a lot of them if you pick the lock right. What else was I going to show you about websites? So we're talking about marketing. So social media marketing is also a good lock to pick, and we've looked at that some with like YouTube videos and how do you get followers on YouTube. And I think social media marketing should be its next video, so we'll just stop this.